Ladies and gentlemen, in life we are often told to speak up, to express our thoughts, and to make ourselves heard. But have we ever stopped to think that sometimes silence is the loudest response? That focusing on yourself, instead of constantly proving your worth to others, is the most powerful thing you can do. I want you to imagine a seed planted deep in the soil. It does not scream for attention. It does not rush the process. It simply grows in silence. The world does not notice its struggles underground, but one day it emerges as a strong tree. This is the power of focusing on yourself without seeking validation. The journey to self-improvement begins when you stop seeking approval from others and start focusing on your own progress. Too often, we measure our worth by the opinions of those around us, constantly looking for validation in their words, their reactions, and their approval. But the truth is, external validation is temporary. It is fleeting. It can be given today and taken away tomorrow. If your self-worth depends on how others perceive you, then you are handing over the key to your happiness to someone else. Imagine a sculptor working on a masterpiece. Every stroke, every detail, and every moment spent refining the art is for the sake of creation, not for applause. The sculptor does not pause after every chisel mark, seeking approval from the world. Instead, they trust the process, knowing that the masterpiece will speak for itself when the time is right. Your journey is no different. You must commit to self-growth without constantly looking over your shoulder, wondering if others recognize your efforts. One of the biggest reasons people struggle with self-growth is because they are trapped in the habit of comparison. Social media has made this even worse. We see curated versions of people's lives, their successes, their happiness, their achievements, but we do not see the struggles, the failures, and the silent battles they fight behind closed doors. And yet, we compare our raw reality to their highlight reel, making ourselves believe that we are falling behind. This is where we must shift our focus. Instead of competing with others, the only competition should be with the person you were yesterday. Self-growth is not about proving yourself to others. It is about proving to yourself that you are capable of more. It is about setting goals, pushing your limits, and becoming better in every aspect of life. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. It is about developing habits that serve you, learning from your mistakes, and continuously evolving into the best version of yourself. One of the most powerful things you can do is learn to be comfortable in your own company. When you truly focus on yourself, you begin to understand your strengths, your weaknesses, and your potential. You no longer feel the need to explain yourself to those who do not understand you. And you stop wasting energy on seeking validation. You become the sculptor of your own destiny, working quietly but purposefully towards your goals. Growth requires discipline. It requires the ability to say no to distractions, to avoid unnecessary drama, and to protect your energy. When you focus on yourself, you create a space for clarity, for deep thinking, and for self-reflection. You begin to prioritize what truly matters instead of being consumed by the noise of the world. The most important relationship you will ever have is the one with yourself. When you stop seeking approval and start focusing on your own progress, you will realize that true fulfillment comes from within. The moment you shift your attention from external validation to self-growth, you will experience a kind of freedom that no amount of praise or recognition can ever replace. Silence is one of the most underrated yet powerful tools for personal growth. In a world where everyone is rushing to express their thoughts, defend their opinions, and prove their worth, the ability to remain silent and focused on your journey is a sign of wisdom and strength. Not everything needs a reaction, and not every thought needs to be spoken aloud. Sometimes silence is the best answer, the most profound response, and the strongest strategy. When you are silent, you allow yourself to observe more. You begin to understand people better, recognize opportunities, and develop emotional intelligence. Talking too much often leads to unnecessary misunderstandings, distractions, and wasted energy on things that do not contribute to your growth. But when you practice the power of silence, you cultivate patience, self-awareness, and the ability to listen, not just to others, but to yourself. There is an old saying, a roaring lion catches no prey. Those who constantly announce their plans, defend themselves against every criticism, and seek validation from the world are often left exhausted and unfulfilled. On the other hand, those who work quietly, move in silence, and focus on their own progress tend to achieve much more. This is because silence creates space for action. It allows you to build, to improve, and to succeed without unnecessary distractions. People often misunderstand silence, assuming it is a sign of weakness or submission, but in reality, silence is a form of control. When you do not react impulsively, you retain power over your emotions and decisions. Imagine a heated argument. One person is shouting, trying to prove their point, while the other remains calm and composed. Who truly holds the power in that situation? The one who is silent? Silence forces the other person to reflect, to question their words, and to realize that noise does not equate to strength. When you focus on your goals and stay silent about your struggles, you protect your energy. Sharing too much about your dreams, your next move, or your challenges can sometimes invite unnecessary negativity and doubt from others. Not everyone will understand your vision, and not everyone deserves to know your plans. When you keep certain things to yourself, you give yourself the space to work without interference, allowing your success to speak for itself when the time is right. Success does not come from talking about what you are going to do, it comes from actually doing it. The loudest people in the room are often the least productive, while those who stay silent and focused are the ones making real progress. The more you work in silence, the more your results will make the noise for you. In a world filled with distractions and unnecessary chatter, choosing silence is a form of discipline. It teaches you to focus on what truly matters and helps you conserve your energy for things that contribute to your growth. Instead of explaining yourself, just grow. Instead of arguing, just improve. Instead of proving your worth with words, let your success be the answer. Negativity is a part of life, and no matter how much you try to avoid it, there will always be people who criticize, doubt, or misunderstand you. The key to personal growth is learning the art of ignoring negativity and not letting it affect your mindset or progress. People will have opinions, and sometimes their words may be harsh or unfair, but the truth is, what others say about you is a reflection of them, not you. Your energy should be directed toward building yourself, not reacting to negativity. One of the biggest mistakes people make is giving too much importance to negative comments. The moment you start explaining yourself to people who do not genuinely care about your journey, you lose valuable time and energy that could have been invested in self-improvement. Not everyone will understand your dreams, your struggles, or your decisions, and that is perfectly fine. You do not need to justify yourself to those who have already made up their minds about you. When you react to negativity, you give it power. You allow it to occupy space in your mind, affecting your emotions and distracting you from your goals. But when you choose to remain silent, to focus on your path, and to rise above the noise, you take back control. It is not about being indifferent or avoiding confrontation. It is about choosing peace over unnecessary battles. People who criticize you are often projecting their own insecurities. Sometimes they doubt you because they cannot imagine themselves achieving what you are working toward. Other times they might want to bring you down because your growth reminds them of their own stagnation. Instead of wasting your energy proving them wrong, prove yourself right by continuing to grow, improve, and succeed. Negativity can also come from within. Sometimes we become our own worst critics, doubting our abilities and feeding ourselves negative thoughts. That inner voice that says you are not good enough or what if you fail can be just as damaging as external criticism. Learning to silence your own negative thoughts is just as important as ignoring negativity from others. Train your mind to focus on possibilities instead of fears, on progress instead of perfection. The most successful people in the world did not waste their time arguing with critics or defending themselves against negativity. They stayed focused, worked hard in silence, and let their achievements speak for them. The more you engage with negativity, the more it drains you. But when you ignore it and keep moving forward, you become unstoppable. Instead of responding to every negative comment, respond with your actions. Instead of proving yourself with words, prove yourself with results. The less energy you give to negativity, the more energy you have for growth. When you stop reacting to things that do not serve you, you create space for things that do. Stay focused, stay silent, and let your success be your response. Success is not built overnight, nor is it achieved by wishful thinking. It is the result of discipline, consistency, and an unwavering focus on self-improvement. In a world that constantly seeks shortcuts, many people want quick results without putting in the effort, but the truth is nothing truly valuable comes without persistence. If you want to grow, you must be willing to commit to the process, even when it feels slow, difficult, or exhausting. Discipline is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. It is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you do not feel like doing it. There will be days when motivation fades, when distractions seem more appealing, and when the comfort of giving up feels tempting. But discipline is what keeps you moving forward, even when the excitement wears off. It is waking up early to work on your goals, practicing when no one is watching, and making sacrifices today for the rewards of tomorrow. Consistency is equally important. A single workout does not make you fit, a single book does not make you wise, a single effort does not bring success. Growth happens when you show up every day, putting in the effort, no matter how small. The compound effect of consistent effort is what leads to greatness. Small, repeated actions over time build habits, and habits shape your future. Many people start with enthusiasm, but only a few stay committed in the long run. Why? Because discipline and consistency are not easy. They require patience. They demand resilience. When progress is slow and results are not immediate, most people give up, believing that their efforts are wasted. But success belongs to those who push through the difficult moments, trusting that every small step forward brings them closer to their goal. Think of a river carving through rocks. It does not happen in a day, a month, or even a year. But over time, the persistence of flowing water shapes even the hardest stones. Your journey is the same. Every bit of effort, every disciplined action, and every consistent habit slowly shapes the life you desire. You may not see results immediately, but that does not mean progress is not happening. Trust the process. One of the biggest challenges people face is distraction. The modern world is filled with endless noise, social media, entertainment, unnecessary drama, and other people's opinions. If you are not careful, these distractions can pull you away from your goals. This is why discipline is crucial. It allows you to say no to things that do not serve your growth. It teaches you to prioritize what truly matters instead of wasting time on what does not. Talent alone is not enough. Intelligence alone is not enough. What truly makes the difference is discipline and consistency. The most successful people are not always the most talented, but they are always the most committed. They put in the work day after day without excuses. If you want to transform your life, focus on what you do consistently, not just what you do occasionally. Your success will be determined by your discipline and dedication. Inner peace is one of the most valuable things you can achieve in life. It is not about external success, wealth, or recognition. It is about finding contentment within yourself. Many people spend their lives chasing approval, constantly explaining themselves and trying to please others. But true peace comes when you stop justifying your choices and start living for yourself. When you realize that you do not need to explain your journey to anyone, you free yourself from unnecessary burden. One of the biggest reasons people struggle with inner peace is that they are too concerned with how others perceive them. They seek validation from friends, family, or society, hoping to be accepted or understood. But no matter how hard you try, Not everyone will see things from your perspective. Not everyone will agree with your decisions, and that is okay. The moment you stop seeking external approval, you take control of your own happiness. Letting go of the need to explain yourself does not mean you stop caring about others. It simply means you prioritize your well-being over unnecessary explanations. You do not have to justify why you chose a certain career path, why you are focusing on yourself, or why you are making changes in your life. The people who truly support you will respect your choices without needing constant explanations. And those who question you are often not genuinely interested in your growth. They are just curious or judgmental. Protecting your inner peace also means learning to walk away from unnecessary conflicts. Not every battle is worth fighting. When you constantly engage in arguments or try to prove your point to people who are unwilling to understand, you drain yourself emotionally. Sometimes the best response is silence. Another important aspect of inner peace is learning to accept that not everything requires a reaction. People will have opinions about your life, your choices, and your progress. Some may doubt you, criticize you, or even try to bring you down. But you do not have to respond to every negative comment or defend yourself against every misunderstanding. The more you react, the more power you give to negativity. But when you remain calm and focused, you show that your peace is not dependent on external factors. Focusing on yourself and protecting your peace also means setting boundaries. It means saying no to things that drain your energy, walking away from toxic relationships, and not feeling guilty for prioritizing your well-being. Many people feel obligated to explain their decisions because they fear judgment. But when you trust yourself and your choices, you no longer feel the need to explain everything. At the end of the day, inner peace is about freedom. The freedom to live life on your terms without being weighed down by unnecessary opinions. It is about embracing who you are and finding joy in your own journey. When you stop explaining yourself and focus on what truly matters, you unlock a level of peace that no external approval can provide. Life is not about proving yourself to others. It is about becoming the best version of yourself. When you focus on your growth instead of seeking validation, when you embrace silence instead of unnecessary explanations, and when you ignore negativity instead of reacting to it, you free yourself from distractions that hold you back. Discipline and consistency will take you further than talent ever will, and true success comes from quiet dedication, not loud announcements. Protect your inner peace, set boundaries, and understand that you do not owe explanations to anyone who is not invested in your growth. The more you work in silence, the more your success will speak for itself.